हेलो एवरीवन, आज हम परसेंटेज से शुरुआत करेंगे। द फर्स्ट कॉन्सेप्ट जो आज परसेंटेज में पढ़ेंगे इज द बेस वैल्यू। दिस क्वेश्चन हैज कम इन यूपीएससी many times. So in UPSC what they will give, city A has 30% population, city B has 50% population. ये दोनों ग्राफ दिए रहेंगे. Now what is the base value? We don't know. They will not give the base value, and you will take the answer as A because it is given 30%, so you will think that 30% is less and 50% is more, but the examiner will not give the base value in the real exam. और यहीं पर बहुत बच्चे फंसेंगे. Let's see. 30% they might give city A has population of, let's say, 200. City B has population of, let's say, 100. Okay, so 30% of 200 will be how much? It will become 60. City A must be having 60 population, and 50% of 100, the city B will have 50 population. Now see, compare both. Which is less? City B is less and city A is more. This is the trick of UPSC. They will not give the base value and you will take the wrong answer. So the right answer is can't be determined because we do not know the base value. This is the first concept of percentage. Now everybody knows how to solve a percentage problem. Let's say the basic problem, that is 30% of 150. So how we will solve this? This is the basic sum. Everybody might be knowing it. 30 upon 100 into 150. This is the basic way of solving problem. Removing 0 and it will become 45%. This sign denotes percentage. Okay, this is the basic way of doing percentage problem. Now let's do some UPSC question. The question is, after covering 12 kilometers of distance, a person find that he covers 80% of total distance. Find total distance. So this is the question which was asked in UPSC. So how we will solve this? इसे कैसे solve करेंगे? So the basic way is, how to solve this? Basic way is draw a line. Whenever this kind of question comes, just draw a line. What it is written, after covering 12 kilometers of distance. Let's say it is 12 kilometers. A person finds that he covers 80% of the total distance. Meaning what? 80% of the total distance meaning what? There might be a distance x, 80% of total distance means after covering 12 kilometer he is here, a man is here, he covers only 80% of the distance. So 80% becomes equal to what? 12 kilometer. 80% becomes equal to 12 kilometer. How equals to 12 kilometer? The question is saying after 12 kilometer of distance, a person finds that he covers 80% of the total distance. Means 12 kilometer, when he was here at 12 kilometer, he covered only 80% of the distance. He did not cover the 100% distance. So the basic way of solving this like this is 80% becomes 12 kilometer. So 1% will become how much? 12 upon 80. We have to find the total distance, means we have to find x, that is 100% distance. So 100% distance will become how much? 12 upon 80 into 100. So we will simplify this. 4 2s are 8, 4 3s are 12, 2 5s are 10. 100% distance will become 15 kilometer. Kilometer, because it is given here kilometer, so we are taking it as 15 kilometer answer. So this way UPSC will ask the question. Now the second concept is change. Change is neither positive nor negative. Example, 10 minus 2 is equal to 8. So 10 is the original number, eight is the new number we got, and 10 has become 8, means 10 has changed into 8, so this has changed. This is the change. This is the change. This is the original number, this is the new number. We took this example. This is the original number, this is the new number. So what is change? Change is nothing but the number 10 which has changed into 8. So what has become changed? 10 has become 8. So this is the change. Another example, 10 plus 5 is equal to 15. So 10 is the initial value, 15 is the final value. But we have to remember only these two terms, initial value, final value, and the third term will be change. This is the concept. We have to remember three terms, initial value, final value, and third term will be change. So the formula will become change is equal to final value minus initial value. This is the formula for change. This is the concept. This is the second concept. We have to remember this formula. Change is equal to final value minus initial value. Initial value is something in which we are changing, in which we are changing something. initial value in which we are changing something. Now what will be the percent of change will become? Final value minus, okay, change formula is final value minus initial value. The percentage will become final value minus initial value upon initial value into 100. So percent of change will become, okay, so this is the formula we have to remember. Okay, note down this formula, and percent of change will become change upon initial value into 100, because final value minus initial value is change. We have derived this formula from here. Now let's do a question. Now let's do a question of this concept change. Example, question 1. Let's take two numbers. A is equal to 50, B is equal to 80. So first question is, B is how much percent more than A? This is the first question. Second question is, A is how much percent less than B? So there are two questions. B is how much percent more than A, percent less than B. A is how much percent less than B. So we have to apply the concept of change. So how we will do it? Formula we have got, change is equal to final value minus initial value upon initial value into 100. Okay, this is the percent of change formula. Here it is asking how much percent more, so we have taken the formula percent of change. Now whatever will be after percent of more, percent of less, whatever be after than A, जो भी than के बाद रहेगा, जो भी value, that will become initial value. Than के बाद जो भी value रहेगा, it will become initial value. So what is left? Final value is left. So A is initial value. Put A initial value. Final value will become B. Okay. Now put the value. B is 80 minus 50 upon 50 into 100. So 30 upon 50 into 100. 60 is the answer. 60% is the answer of first question. Now let's do the second one. Let's do the second question. A is how much percent less than B? परसेंट लेस और परसेंट मोर के बाद देन के बाद जो भी वैल्यू रहेगा वो इनिशियल वैल्यू, it always becomes an initial value. We have to remember this. So what is the change formula? Final value minus initial value upon initial value into 100. So we are doing the second question. So then के बाद है B. So B has become now initial value. Put B as initial value and A will become as final value. Now we have to substitute these values. A is 50, B is 80. A is 50, B is 80. Now 30 upon 80, 50 minus 80 minus 50 is 30, but here it is a percentage, so we can take this value as minus here, okay, because we are subtracting from 50 minus 30, so bigger number is having minus sign, so we will take minus sign. So it will become something minus 3 upon 8 into 100 and approx minus 37.5 something will become. So minus signing showing is what? Minus is showing it is less. Okay, here it is the positive number. First one was having positive number, but here minus sign is showing that it is less. But the answer will be 37.5. It will not be minus. Okay. Now let's a second question. X is 6 times as large as Y. Now first we understand where we will apply this concept. Where to apply this concept. Change is neither positive nor negative. We have seen in the earlier change is neither positive nor negative, so there can be positive terms, there can be negative terms. So positive means what? Positive means increment. It can be increment, it can be more, it can be profit. Also negative number can be decrement, less, descent. So where to apply this concept? Where it will be positive, where it can be increment, more, profit, or where it can be decrement, less. Percent of change. Percent of change can be percent of more, percent of increment, percent of decrement, percent of profit, percent of loss. So the question, wherever the question will ask about change, means wherever the question will ask about increment, profit or loss or percent of decrement, there we can apply this concept. So a question can come like, they will give the graph like this. So a question can come like, profit of 2022 is how much percent more than profit of 2019. So we will apply the concept of change, because how we know we will apply the concept of change? Because see the question, profit of 22 is how much percent more is coming. So percent more, percent less, profit, percent increment, there wherever it will ask percent of more profit and the concept then has come, there we can apply, because it is comparing, there we will apply the concept of change. This is the percent of change formula. Substitute the value. then के बाद जो भी आता है वो हमारा इनिशियल वैल्यू हो जाता है, ठीक है। then के बाद है 2019, तो वैल्यू ऑफ 2019 is 60, so 60 has become initial value. Now what will be the final value? It is asking about 2022, so 2022 is 120. So 120 minus 60 will become 60 upon 60 into 100. 100 here. 60 cut 100% is the answer. So in this way we will apply the concept of change. Now we have to remember some basic things, like first x is 6 times as large as y. So x is 6 times as large as y. What it will become? X is 6 times as large as y means 6 into y. So x is 6 times as large as y. X is equal to 6y. We have to remember this. X is 6 times more than y. So x is 6 times more than y. More is what? More is addition. Okay, so x is 6 times means 6y, more than y means plus y. So x is equal to 7y. We have to remember this because in question we can, somewhere it might ask. Let's do a question on this. Let's do a question. So this is the question. Okay, P is 6 times more than Q. P is 6 times more than Q. So P will become what? P is 6 times more than Q. So 6Q plus Q. Why we are plus? We have seen earlier more than Q means more means addition. And times mean we have to multiply. So P is become 7Q. Now we have to apply the concept of change here. Why? How we know that we have to apply this concept of change? We see the question. Find Q is how much percent less than P. Percent of less. It is comparing between two values. So we will apply the concept of change. Then के बाद जो भी आता है, it always becomes initial value. We have to remember this. So P has become initial value and Q has become final value. Now Q is P is equal to 7Q. So P is 7Q upon Q into 100. So it will become 1Q minus 7Q will become approx 6Q upon, okay, we have not changed this. P is equal to 7Q, so here will become 7Q into 100. It will become minus here because 7 minus bigger number is here. So minus 6 upon 7 into 100. We will solve this and we will get the answer. So till now we have studied two concepts. First is base value, second is change. Further, we will do some questions in the next video. Thank you.